Hello there, welcome to Strawberry Ink. Today we cover the shocking case of Shanda Vander Ark. This story was big on true crime TV channels such as Law and Crime Network and Court TV. This was a 44-year-old mom from North Shores, Michigan, whose crimes against her own son shocked the community. Shanda Vander Ark, spotlighted in December 2023, was publicly accused of doing something outrageous. Her son was 15-year-old Timothy Ferguson. This son had mental disabilities and was homeschooled. He was found dead on July 6, 2022, according to the Muskegon County Medical Examiner's Office. His death was ruled a homicide caused by malnourishment and hypothermia, following prolonged starvation and mistreatment. Police were called to the home after Shanda discovered Timothy's dead body. She was immediately arrested for open murder and taken to the Muskegon County Jail. She secured public defender Fred Johnson to represent her, while Deputy Prosecutor Matt Roberts charged her with 2 felonies, one for homicide and another for an abuse offense. At her initial hearing in the Muskegon County District Court, Judge Maria Hoops ordered that she remain in custody without bond to await trial. Vander Ark pleaded not guilty. Shanda had another son, Paul Ferguson, about 20 years old, who was accused of participating in the abuse, making him an accomplice in the murder investigation. After his mother's arrest, Paul was driven to the Norton Shores police station, where he was questioned and provided critical information about his mother's actions. Reports indicate Shanda manipulated Paul, and it was her idea to starve Timothy to death. Paul was then handcuffed at the station and taken to the Muskegon County Jail, where he was booked alongside his mother. Prosecutor Roberts charged him with an abuse offense, and he was represented by public defender Michael Dordzlewski. Judge Hoop set Paul's bond to $500,000, ensuring he would remain in custody to await trial. In December 2023, he reached a plea deal and pleaded guilty, agreeing to testify against his mother in exchange for a shorter sentence. On February 26, 2024, Judge Matthew Casel sentenced Paul to a prison term, 30 to 100 years. He was processed at the Reception and Guidance Center known as RGC in Jackson, and later admitted into the Oaks Correctional Facility in Manistee, where he currently remains. The Ferguson family was deeply dysfunctional. As a result, there was no formal funeral for Timothy. His body was cremated at the Michigan Funeral Care in Grand Rapids. The trial began for Shanda on December 13, 2023, at the Muskegon County Circuit Court. During questioning, Vander Ark was shown images of her son's body, which caused her to throw up in court. Shockingly, the trial lasted just 2 days. The jury of 12 members and 2 alternates found her guilty on both charges. On January 23rd, 2024, Circuit Judge Matthew Casel sentenced her to life in prison without parole, plus an additional 50 to 100 years for the abuse offense. She has basically been the most uncomfortable inmate to walk that courthouse. In addition to her criminal case, Vander Ark's parental rights to her surviving son, Eric, were terminated. She appealed this decision, but the Michigan Court of Appeals upheld the termination, citing her convictions as a good reason to terminate. She is not allowed to have any contact with Eric from prison. By July 2025, Judge Casel denied Vander Ark's motion to overturn her conviction or grant her a new trial. She has since appealed to the higher courts, and that matter is pending. Separately, an appeal is being negotiated regarding the length of Paul Ferguson's sentence, though that matter is also still pending. Shanda Vander Ark is currently incarcerated at the Huron Valley State Prison in Ypsilanti, Michigan, a tragic case of manipulation, abuse, and family dysfunction. The story of Timothy Ferguson is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of prolonged abuse. Please reach out to me if you come from an abusive or dysfunctional family. You can email me strawberryinc6@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. And be grateful for the families you have if you have positive ones. Hug them close, call them, text them, show them your love. No matter how shy you are, try to get through it. And as well, try to find friends who really love you, join clubs, institutions. Go out and find them. They will not come to you out of the blue. You guys and your friends have to find each other, your future friends. Exchange phone numbers, not social media, phone numbers, so you guys could chat. Using social media to communicate is not the best idea, and Instagram friends are not true friends. Maybe phone numbers are, but in-person friends, gosh, what a beautiful thing. And if you get your families to communicate with one another, that's even better. So, therefore, take care of yourself, stay safe, and have a good rest of your day. May Timothy rest in peace.